Hello, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to JFF News. Let's begin with our under 18 girls, shall we? As they finished seventh in the under 18 UEFA Friendship Cup in Turkey. They defeated Thailand 5-4 on penalties after a 2-2 scoreline in regular time. What a result. Let me just say this that a penalty shootout is one of the most anxious moments you have in a football match. And let me just say this that to get the experience of playing, they get the experience of participating in a penalty shootout, the experience of winning a penalty shootout is an invaluable experience for these young ladies. And let me explain why as well. So again, let me reiterate that the score was 3-3 in regular time, and on penalties it was 5-4 for Jamaica. So in relation to the penalty shootout itself, Jamaica converted 5 from 5 and Thailand converted 4 of their 5. Jamaica not only finishing seventh, but leaving with a medal. Leaving with a medal for Jamaica, that can only increase the hunger, the appetite for more. That create that insatiable appetite to play for Jamaica more, to continue to have successful moments down the road. Think about the experience that these young ladies would have in Turkey as a teenager, winning a medal for Jamaica. That can only spur them on and say, okay, at the under 20 level or down the road, I want to win a medal for Jamaica in the CONCACAF W Championship, in the CONCACAF Women's Under 20 Championship. I want to go to the World Cup in 2031, 2035, and challenge for the trophy. It is just a wonderful experience, and that is why we are so proud of them for their performance in the Under 18 UEFA Friendship Cup, a 5-4 victory over Thailand after a 3-3 scoreline in regular time. A penalty shootout experience as well. So they get this experience under the belt, winning a penalty shootout, confidence growing as well. So it's important. And when you think about Jamaica and penalty shootouts over the years, Jamaica has had a pretty good record if you think about close to the last decade or so. We spoke about the 5-4 over Thailand a couple of days ago in 2017. Our senior boys defeated French Guiana 4-2 on penalties in the semi-finals of the Caribbean Cup. We can go back to 2014 when we defeated Trinidad and Tobago 4-3 on penalties in the Caribbean Cup final at the Catherine Hall Stadium, well, Montego Bay Sports Complex. So a wonderful experience. We go back to the 2010 Caribbean Cup final, defeating Guadeloupe by 5 goals to 4 as well. We can go back to 2007, winning the Lunar New Year Cup, defeating China 5-4 on penalties as well. So Jamaica has had good records of penalty shootout wins, so we are extremely delighted for our girls in getting the result. So let's now go on to the senior women's national team as the Reggae Girls will face the United States. Yes, that is right. World number one on June 3 in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a friendly international, June 3 in St. Louis, Missouri. Of course, the United States, as you know, is a formidable team, ranked number one in the world, 4 World Cup titles, one runner-up, which of course was in 2011, and 3 times bronze medalists at the World Cup 1995, 2003, 2007. Playing in St. Louis, Missouri at the Energizer Park when it was formerly called City Park a couple of years ago, it's not unfamiliar to Jamaica because our senior men's team has played there. You think about the Gold Cup in 2023, Demarai Gray scoring 2 goals on his birthday. You think about Leon Bailey scoring as well, and Dujon Whisper Richards becoming Jamaica's youngest goal scorer in Gold Cup history, scoring at that stadium in that 4-1 victory over Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica also playing against the United States as well in the Nations League, the second leg of the quarterfinals in November. Demarai Gray scoring a brace there as well. So you could say he has 4 goals in 2 games at that stadium in particular. And now our senior women's national team will be facing the United States at that venue June 3. So we are eagerly looking forward to that as both teams continue their build up towards the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers, which commences in October. CONCACAF again have 4 spots and 2 teams will head to the intercontinental playoffs. So it is great news, very, very great news, and we're looking forward to what lies ahead. Now, let us switch focus now as we head over to the men's side of things, as the CONCACAF Gold Cup draw took place quite recently, and now we know the group for Jamaica and what lies ahead for Jamaica, the match schedule, the venue, which group Jamaica's in. Firstly, Jamaica is in Group C alongside Panama, Guatemala, and Guadeloupe. So that is Jamaica's group. Same format as 2 years ago. 4 groups, 4 teams in each group. Top 2 from each group qualifies for the quarterfinals of the competition. All right. The tournament runs from June 14 to July 6. Where are Jamaica's matches in the group stages? Well, Jamaica's opening game on June 16 against Guatemala is going to take place at Dignity Health Sports Parks in Carson, California. This is not the first time that Jamaica's even playing at this venue as well. You go back 20 years ago in 2005, Jamaica actually played Guatemala in their opening game of the 2005 Gold Cup with a 4-3 victory. Remember that day? Luton Shelton, Ricardo Fuller, Jermaine Hugh, Andy Williams on the score sheet. That was a scintillating game, 4-3 result that day. You also think about Jamaica defeating Grenada 4-0 in the 2011 edition of the Gold Cup as well. So playing in this venue is not new to Jamaica at all. And Jamaica, of course, if you look at these opponents that Jamaica has in the group, Jamaica has a formidable record against these teams, not only in Gold Cups, but outside as well. Jamaica has defeated Guatemala every time Jamaica has faced them in Gold Cup history. And Jamaica against Panama in Gold Cups have either been a draw or a win for Jamaica. So it is a good record. Guadeloupe, Jamaica's also have the better head-to-head record as well. 4 days later, Jamaica faces Guadeloupe on June 20. That is at the PayPal Park in San Jose, which is still in California. It's about 1 hour, 10 minutes flight north from Los Angeles. That is San Jose that we're talking about. 1 hour, 10 minutes the flight driving distance, probably 6 hours around that time frame. And of course, Jamaica ends the group stages on June 24 against Panama at the Q2 Stadium in Austin. Of course, Jamaica has played at the Q2 Stadium in Austin, Texas before. You think about the Copa America last year against Venezuela, it was at that venue. And World Cup qualifying back in 2021 against the United States, Jamaica has also played at this venue as well. The quarterfinals are June 28 and June 29. At the end of the group stages, we'll find out which group will go where in terms of the venues for the quarterfinals, whether it's Glendale, Arizona, or Minneapolis in Minnesota. Semifinal 1, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Semifinal 2, Energizer Park in St. Louis, Missouri. And the final is at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. So to our Jamaicans across North America, West Coast. We look forward to your journey across the West Coast to cheer on the Reggae Boys. Firstly, in Carson, California, which is, you could say, in LA County, so to speak. So the first two matches are in the state of California, so you can start preparing your mind, your brain, your head, your summer plans. June 16 against Guatemala, June 20 against Guadeloupe, June 24 against Panama. So Guatemala, Guadeloupe, Panama. Let's say Jamaica tops the group. The winner of Group C will face the runner-up of Group B. Group B has Canada, Honduras, El Salvador, Curacao. If Jamaica is the runner-up of Group C, then Jamaica would play the group winner of Group B, which is that same group, Canada, Honduras, El Salvador, Curacao. Okay, so it's quite a busy summer ahead for the boys, potentially 10 matches in a space of 6 weeks. Because think about it, the Unity Cup in the month of May, May 27, May 31st. Then you have the two World Cup qualifiers, June 7 against the British Virgin Islands away, and June 10 against Guatemala at home. And then 6 days later in the Gold Cup, Guatemala, June 20, Guadeloupe, June 24, Panama, and then the quarterfinals, the 28th or 29th, semifinals, July 2, and the final, July 6. So I hope everybody has started to make their plans and preparations for what lies ahead, because it is an exciting, scintillating, pulsating summer ahead, and we are looking forward to what lies ahead as well. It's also the 10-year anniversary of our first ever appearance in a Gold Cup final. Remember that Gold Cup in 2015? We started off with that 2-2 draw against Costa Rica, then that late winner against Canada, and then that winner against El Salvador at the BMO Stadium in Toronto, and then the quarterfinal against Haiti, our first ever quarterfinal victory in Gold Cup history, and then the semifinal against the United States, and then the final against Mexico. Can you believe it? 10 years ago. 10 years ago. It is truly, truly amazing how time flies so quickly. So folks, thank you all so much for tuning in to JFF News. I'm Simon Preston. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content.